On July the 5th, you're going to wake up and one of these two men will be the Prime Minister, and they'll be leading a government. Even if they don't have enough seats on their own, it will be a Conservative or Labour Party-led coalition government. So you have to decide which of these two outcomes you prefer and vote tactically. Now, in this video, I'm not here to tell you which of the two outcomes you should want the most. That's entirely up to you. That's not this video. I just want to arm you with information so you can most effectively get what you want on the day and not be one of these dumb voters who are led around by the nose and going to end up with voters' regret on the day because they gave up their agency and allowed somebody else to decide the outcome for them, either by voting for a silly small party or, even worse, spoiling your ballot. Just on that point, nobody cares if you spoil your ballot, by the way. Anybody encouraging you to do that is just telling you to give up your agency. So, let's look at tactical voting then. I'm going to leave a link in the description to electoralcalculus.co.uk. Here you can find your constituency by putting in your postcode or by searching for it in the alphabetical list here. Or you can look at the sorted seat list. This is a separate link in the description. And this has the seats ordered between the safest Labour seat, number 1 here, all the way down to the safest Conservative seat at the bottom here. And then somewhere in the middle is where the fight is on. Okay, and importantly, this is currently ordered according to current polling. So it's important that you check now, but also check much closer to the day, like at least the week beforehand, because inevitably polls tighten up and the race gets closer towards the date of the election. So as it currently stands, if you look here, like Kemi Badenoch is currently predicted to be in a marginal seat and lose her seat to the Labour Party. So it's interesting to find out where you are on the map according to current polling. So when you look up your constituency, you'll get something like this. Here's Redditch, for example. And you can see in 2019, there was a big Conservative majority with almost 20,000 votes. But on July the 4th this year, there's 1% in it, according to current polling. So this is a marginal seat. It's a 2-horse race. And on the day, you have to be a smart voter and go down and decide which of these two outcomes you prefer, hold your nose, and vote for it. That's just being intelligent. Okay, you can go and protest vote all you like, but all you're doing is giving up agency to somebody else to make the decision for you. And I don't want you to be one of these dumb voters, dude. If you've bothered to watch political content leading up to the election, then you should at least be in the demographic where you can exercise your will in the most effective way. And that means knowing who's in second place in your constituency and who the race is between. So here in Bridlington, for instance, and the Wolds, again in 2019, massive Conservative majority of 20,000. There's a couple of percentage points in it. And look here, Reform is currently polling to get 3% of the vote. And most of these are disaffected Conservative voters who couldn't stomach a Keir Starmer government. Really, they're protest voting. But the difference between the two on the night is probably going to be less than who vote for Reform. So these people are going to probably wake up with voters' regret on the day and go, whoops, oh my goodness. Well, I didn't want a Labour government. I was just protesting to the Conservative Party, but whoops. Here's a bit of a different one. Here's Wimbledon. In Wimbledon, this is one of the weird Liberal Democrat voting areas. The race really is between Liberal Democrats and Labour. Of course, if you want Keir Starmer to get in, you can go and vote Labour there. But if you can't stomach a Labour government, and you're a Conservative, then you're an idiot voting Conservative. You should go and vote Liberal Democrat on the day. Here's another one, Essex Northwest. Again, Kevin Badenoch's seat here. Look at what's going on here. The Labour Party are polling up to around 46%, with Conservatives at 49%, Reform 3%, Liberals 2%. Again, the combined difference between the two is going to be less than the smaller parties. So you really, again, have to hold your nose and think tactically about your vote, because it only matters about this outcome. Okay, who your MP is only matters for the makeup of the parties in Westminster. Everything else that matters to you in your local area is all determined by the makeup of your council, which are completely different elections, really. Who cuts the grass, local council taxes, who empties the bins, all that stuff that actually matters to you is in local elections. On the day, you're only voting for the makeup of the parties in Westminster, and therefore who forms the government. So this is what being a tactical voter is all about on the day. Getting what you want, getting the most efficiency out of your vote. And the left know this. They even have websites set up. This one is tactical.vote, and it's all about giving people the information that they need just to get the Tories out. So who do you need to vote for in your constituency just to get the Tories out? Here's another one, tacticalvote.co.uk. Tactical voting, unite against the Tories. So if that's all you're interested in, you can go and do that. Now, why am I talking about all this then? Because in 2015 in particular, this third party, this small party nonsense was tried by Nigel Farage himself, leading UKIP, on the back of the refugee crisis in Europe. And they got almost 4 million votes across the country, a massive achievement. It's almost half of what the Labour Party got. But the Labour Party got 232 seats and UKIP got 1 seat. Even Nigel Farage lost his seat, okay, with 2,000 votes in it. Well, he didn't win the seat, should I say. He didn't have it to start with, but he didn't win it. So this is just the folly that under the first past the post system, because the way that parties are entrenched in constituencies, that voting for reform can have the outcome that you want it to. Tactical voting is vital towards the outcome in most constituencies. And I'm talking about all this because I've gotten so many comments from people which are just like, unfortunate, it's sad to see them. I'm looking at my phone right now as I record this, and comments like, I'm voting reform at the next election. I just want my country back. Thanks. I'm 64 years of age. I need change before it's too late. Keep voting the same a-holes in. Get the same result. Vote reform. And I'm like, I really appreciate the sentiment. But this is the class of people who are just not going to get what they want, who are giving up their agency. They're not aware that it's a 2-horse race in their constituency, and they're just withdrawing their agency and letting somebody else decide it for them on the day. And it's sad to see, because these people are the people who are being most animated about it. Here's another comment. I joined Reform last night and volunteered for tasks. If we keep voting Conservative, Labour, Lib Dems, it will all only take us in the same direction. It will only happen quicker if Labour get in. So this person is is motivated so much to go and even join Reform and campaign for them, and even says it will only happen quicker if Labour get in, but they're only going to enable it, unfortunately, just due to being unintelligent about what they're doing. And the same goes for you if all you want are the Conservatives out. Okay, I said this wasn't a partisan video. You need to look tactically in your local area, find out who is in second place, and therefore who the race is between, and on the day, go and be an intelligent voter, for God's sake, even if we are poles apart politically, opposite. I want you, if you've bothered to spend any time in the lead up to the election to get yourself informed, to be a smart, intelligent voter on the day to get what you want, rather than just being, I don't know, a sheep, an idiot on the day. Okay, rant over. Thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate you.